How's it going, guys? So I got some new sheaths I've been making recently. Figured I would show them off. It's turned into a bit of a disaster here this morning. I was out taking some pictures of these for my online listings. I like to do my photography out in nature. I think it makes for nice pictures. And it's a bit wet out here in the woods today, and I've had snow melting out of trees onto all of my shit here, and the sheaths are getting all wet and had some water spots on them, but it's all right. We'll deal with it. These are Moras. They can handle a little bit of moisture. Uh, the sheaths are built for it, so we'll do all right. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of sheath making lately. I've got some new ones. I've been kind of working up some new patterns. A little bit different from the ones I've done a lot of for the last few years. But this is a new one. This is for the Mora Classic number 2 with I believe that's about a 4-inch blade on there. I also have a number 1 in the little 2/0 that I'll probably do some sheets for at some point. But there's that one with the deer stamp on there. I didn't do danglers on these ones because I'm not really sure how much people actually care about that. I've had a couple of people tell me just ship it without the dangler, so I don't know. I figured I would do some without it, see if it makes a difference. But another one here, getting a little bit wet, is for the companion heavy duty. And this one came out pretty good. These are new patterns I've made up, so it takes a little bit of tweaking to really get them exactly how I want. I mean, they're all pretty good fit, functional and everything. But this one pretty much came out just how I would have wanted it on the first try, so that's pretty good. Some of the other ones I may tweak just slightly, take off a 1/16 of an inch here, add it there, whatever. But that one is for the Companion HD, one of my favorite Mora knives. My very favorite one actually is the Cans Bowl, but before that, this was my favorite. Pretty good knife. Now with a pretty good sheath too. And then also the Cans Bowl or Garberg. The knives are identical as far as their dimensions, so this will work for the Garberg or the Cans Bowl. And that's pretty nice looking sheath also. And also another new item, I actually just kind of came up with my first prototype for this yesterday, and it seems to be going pretty well. But I made a new belt hanger adapter thing for the stock Garberg and Cans Bowl sheath, and actually Eldris also. But if you go with the regular belt hanger on there, it's functional. I'm not saying it's really horrible or anything, but you got that thin little piece of leather. I think it's a chrome tan leather or something like that, onto that little piece of plastic with a couple of kind of flimsy little steel rivets. And I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but one of the rivets is even kind of screwed up on the inside, and the plastic is kind of discolored, looking like it has had a lot of force put on it and might be kind of weakened. But it does work, but it's not the greatest thing out there. So I decided to make one out of leather. And it's a snug fit, which is good. So I think that's pretty nice looking, and definitely more rugged than the original plastic one. And this also, of course, will work for the Garberg or the Cans Bowl, and even the Eldris is the same dimensions on the sheath there. And I made this wide one for the Garberg and Cans Bowl. The Eldris is a shorter sheath, so I just made this one this morning, and actually this one was didn't come out so good because it's a little too loose. When I made this one, I cut my piece of leather, painstakingly to get it to fit just right, and then when I transferred that to a paper pattern, apparently a little bit got added on there, so this one ended up being no good. But proof of concept, it should work. When I get it dialed in and get it tight, that should be a pretty nice little item also, which is handy because the Eldris, I think, if you buy one, I don't think there is an option to get a belt loop on it. You can't actually use one of these if you happen to have one, and that'll work. Snaps right on. But the leather one is nice, and I may actually go with this width for all of them, and just do one thing that fits all three knives: the Cans Bowl, Garberg, and Eldris. But just got to get that tightened up a bit. So that's what I've got on hand. I've also have set up an Etsy shop recently. I've never used Etsy before, but got on there just recently because eBay really sucks now. Their fees have gotten higher and higher, and just not making a lot of sales on there either. So I'll put a link to my new Etsy shop down below, and you can check out what I have on hand. Actually, the only thing on there now is some Opinel number 10 sheaths and some Cold Steel Pocket Bushman sheaths. I have a few of those also, and these will be on there soon. Although, if you are going to buy one, I would greatly appreciate it if you, instead of buying on eBay or Etsy, if you contact me by email at knifemaker84@gmail.com and let me know what you want. I'll send you a PayPal invoice, and that way I don't have to pay any seller's fees. So that's what I've got around now. If you're interested in any of these, I'd like to get 35 a piece. I'm asking so far on Etsy for these sheaths, and this one here, the belt hanger thing, I'm asking 20 for that. Free shipping in the United States. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Oh, also, I was going to mention this. I've had a number of people contact me and ask about knives. I get emails from people that see knife videos that I have on here and ask if it's still available and could I make one. And actually, I've never had so many people ask about knives as I've had ask about them since I've moved, and haven't been making them. And unfortunately, at this point, I just don't know when I will ever be able to get set up for knife making again, if ever. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of big changes going on in the last 8 or 9 months or so, and I have a lot of irons in the fire right now, and so I just don't know when I'll be able to make knives. The leather work is kind of an easy thing I can just do in my spare time down in the basement, but the knives, I just don't have a good spot to set up a forge and a grinder. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more at some point.